So thanks for taking the time to speak with me today.
For sure.
The panel was a lot of fun. It was the first thing I did here at Celebration, so a great way to kick off the weekend. A lot of fun to see the reveals in person, so thank you. I wanted to ask, it's been about a year since the last online Q&A, the fan site roundtables. Will those be making a return, or have you shifted more towards the in-person Q&A now that conventions are kind of back up and running again?
Yeah, I mean, we still might up doing different versions of a Q&A. I love that Celebration was early in the year, so we have this, and of course San Diego is coming shortly after. I think it's something we can definitely continue to look at and explore, because we've done it, pretty consistently last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is nice to do them in person. I think that's our preference.
For sure.
But we want to talk to the community, so however we can do that, we'll want to continue to do that.
The Zoom ones are a little easier than flying 12 hours to Tokyo, but,
Yes.
Now, and I watched Middle Age Kiwi Man's interview with you guys, so I might touch on some of the same stuff. Yeah, I got to do my research, but I'm going to copy his questions anyway. I got to ask right off the bat, I'm from the USA. Everyone in the USA is worried, of course, about tariffs. Personally, hoping they'll get resolved soon so we can get back to focusing on the amazing quality and variety that you guys are bringing to the table this year, because it's fantastic. If you're able to say anything about it, do you plan to just continue on as usual for now, or should we expect any changes in the near future plans?
I mean, for us, as you watched it, we said something very similar. It's above our pay grade. I know that we're adjusting, just like everyone else in the world is adjusting, and we're pivoting and learning things new every day, as you guys are as well. So we're in the same boat. I just know that we as a team are very committed to what we do, but we'll just stay tuned just like everyone else.
Yeah, we're figuring it out at the same time everybody else is. So,
Okay. Just had to ask, so thank you guys. So the Visions Black Series exclusive looks great, of course. As a TVC page, gotta wish there was a TVC exclusive also. Knowing you can't speak to anything you haven't revealed, can we maybe look forward to at another convention seeing a TVC exclusive this year? Comic-Con?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. I'll take maybe. We'll take maybe. Speaking of exclusives, we haven't seen any for Walmart or Target in the US since 2023. They both had a lot of Black Series exclusives in that time. Is there still a chance we could get something through those outlets, or is our...
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. Again, just putting that on your radar, because we would like to see more.
No, we get it. And we're always looking for ways to do more.
Yeah.
So, if the opportunity arises, we're going to take advantage of it.
Okay, great, thank you. In terms of pre-orders, you guys are spreading pre-orders evenly throughout the year, which is nice, something to look forward to pretty consistently, which is a lot of fun. However, everything from those pre-orders still kind of seems to ship all at once in big drops throughout the year. 3 or 4 times, all the fans say, oh, my credit card is about to explode because everything is hitting right now. Kind of a feast or famine feeling. Is there any chance the releases could be spread out a little more like the pre-orders are, or is that sort of an artifact of when items just hit in the production process?
Yeah, I mean, we try really hard, right? We try to think about share of wallet when we put an on-shelf date in our mind, in our planning and things like that. So many factors go into when that ultimately hits. From our planning purposes, we think about it, we adjust for it, we try to plan for it, and then sometimes it hits, similar timing. A wave of figures is going to be a wave of figures, so that will be what happens, and then we try to spread some of the other stuff, like the bigger play sets or whatever, a little bit away from that. Just know that it's on our mind. Sometimes you don't always have full control over it. It's shipping times, it's when the retailer stocks them, it's when it ends up in certain, sites, regions and sites, so
Yeah, well, and I think, too, one thing we try to do is to spread out that news, too, to give fans, now I know I got to save that money, and give you guys a chance to budget a little bit for that.
Okay.
I mean, we understand that, stuff is going to hit in kind of a certain cadence, but letting you guys know so that you can start planning for saving that way, too.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, Revenge of the Sith, got to represent, celebrating its 20th anniversary, coming to theaters soon. But as with Phantom Menace's 25th anniversary last year, the Vintage Collection sadly had to sit the party out, didn't get to join in on the celebration. TVC is getting Anakin and the 501st Trooper this year. They look great, not on Revenge of the Sith cards. But there's only been one Revenge of the Sith card in all of TVC 2.0 since 2018. I'm sure you've heard a lot about this, fans' frustrations, feeling left out of the party. Is there anything else we can do as fans to show more support for prequel stuff?
You guys are doing a great job. Letting us know, characters and specifics and just kind of the ongoing dialogue and requests. It's great. The TVC community is super strong, and we love seeing that feedback from you guys. It's an ongoing thing. We're trying to do more and more in all avenues. So.
Right.
I will say this, and we've said it before, but just marrying that with, fan demand. But development cycles are around 18 months, right? So it takes 18 months from yes, we're doing that to yes, it's on shelf, and we're not going to just put anything on shelf at any time. You have to plan for the full year. So just know that we hear you. It might take some time for us to adjust. Return to Tattooing, I think, was a good example of it. You guys wanted some, the return of some of the classic characters back, and we were trying to do that. We built a whole world around it. Return to Tatooine. So we understand, we hear it, and we're trying to do more of it.
Thank you. And I'm the guy that goes through every March Madness. I'm the guy that does all the submissions every February. I see what people are asking for.
We do it too. I know. I had a bracket and
nice.
Yeah. So
so I've seen,
and I think figures like Crosshair that we revealed here, that shows that we're committed to the ongoing streams of characters and different pieces of content. It's a matter of when we can do it and how the balance works out.
For sure. Thank you. And in terms of the March Madness, I just want to say, because I remember 2 years ago when, you would have been in the planning stages, I guess, that was when the A New Hope stuff was rising to the top, and the Tonica Sisters and Hammerhead, and things we're now getting, so it's amazing to see. Yeah. So whether it's, had any impact or not, I appreciate that. When we're in sync, the fans and you guys, it's awesome.
Exactly. Well, and that's one of the things. Because we're fans too, we want to do the same figures you guys want to have done.
Yeah.
So it's a great reinforcement of what we're already thinking sometimes.
Okay.
When those characters showed up in the bracket, we had already made plans to do that. So then we start looking and going, check.
When Ventress got very close to winning, and then she was revealed the next day, and I was like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys know what you're doing, so.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Here's kind of a strange one in terms of cards, kind of going back to Revenge of the Sith. With Black Series getting upsized throwback packaging to celebrate different anniversaries, like the lava cards for Revenge of the Sith this year, it has us wondering whether TVC would ever consider using that kind of throwback packaging as well. Obviously, the whole line is a throwback to the Kenner style, and we've seen Droids and Ewoks cards. But would you ever release Revenge of the Sith or any other modern Hasbro stuff on these cards?
That's something you guys would like.
Do you want? Do you want it?
I've seen comments, positive and negative, as on all things, of course. But
is that something that I think an open question for the community?
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to take our lead from the asks of the community. There's certainly possibility for those sort of things, and whether they're repacks or the first pack in kind of thing. It's not something we can't do.
Okay.
It's whether the desire is there for it.
I smell a new Instagram post and poll coming soon, so there you go. All right, thanks.
We feed you, you feed us.
Yes, thank you. So, speaking of cards, I'm sure you've all seen, Middle HQ Man touched on this, the wider Deluxe cards. I understand the idea of differentiating Deluxe figures from basics when they're on the pegs next to each other, but the figures packed into vehicles and beasts, those still need to be on the wider cards. What's kind of the thought process between Sabine and Luke with more accessories?
It's consistency in branding, right? It's just overall how we communicate what a Deluxe item is, what a regular item is, in more ways than we can just tell you how many decal points that is or things along those lines. So, or how big it is versus a regular character. And there's a lot that goes into it, but we do hear when there are comments and questions and wants of what we can do to improve. I feel with the Deluxe we've done different things. We've done close box, which is diorama, which is not unheard of in the vintage collection, for example. So we've done that. We didn't like it. We changed it to blister. So there's a lot of questions.
And you guys still aren't happy.
No.
No, I know. Believe me.
I want to hear more about it because I feel and preferences may change. Something that you didn't like a long time ago now is super popular. That happens too.
Sure.
So we're constantly learning and adjusting. So I appreciate the feedback. We're hearing it.
We have heard that feedback.
I know.
It's good for us to understand what fans sentiments at this moment.
Yeah, well, and I'll add to that too, in that TVC is not going away.
Right.
So we've got a long time to adjust and fine tune and figure out what we do and how to do that best for everybody.
Okay.
So what we do today isn't the same thing we're going to do in 5 years.
Right.
But we don't know what that is and how to take those paths. So learning with you guys and working with you guys to figure that out is important.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Continuing the card theme, there are some awesome multi-packs coming up, like the Anakin and the Heir to the Empire 3-packs here at the show. What is the kind of the design thought process between which multi-packs come carded, like Heir to the Empire, versus not carded, like Anakin or the Shriek Hawk Mandalorian set? I like both approaches, but just curious about the thought process behind the differences.
I mean, I like both approaches too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a history for both of them, so it's not like we chose them out of like
Right.
the blue. Sometimes you really think about like, is this going to be something that fans really, really, really want carded? And sometimes it's just about what the offering makes sense to do. So
Well,
special
where the
action
retail
figure,
partner is,
what
all
the
that sort of
retail,
stuff.
Okay.
where it goes. Yeah, those things go into mind too. So.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know if the Shriekawk Mandalorians, we needed 4 different cards with random unidentified Shriekawk Mandalorian 1, number 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's okay. That.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then with the white box trooper packs that feature unmasked human characters, this comes up a lot. Would you consider including extra swappable heads to encourage more purchases for army builders? Or is that kind of outside the realm of
I mean,
what you
it's
guys
certainly a consideration.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I think, like, let us know where you guys think like future sets could go with that sort of stuff.
Okay.
We're always open to change. I mean, we want to make stuff that the community wants. Like, that's the best situation for all of us.
Yeah, I think, I've seen that come up a lot. Then I'll need bodies and for the heads and stuff, and then I got heads lying around the floor, but people,
and a head's
then we buy
not
more and
exactly
stuff.
cheap to put in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, a hand is a different thing than
Yeah.
a face that gets full deco. So,
Sure.
like, we have to balance other concerns than just like, hey, this is cool.
For sure.
But yeah, I think we want to look at those sort of options.
Okay. And then on the subject of those trooper packs, we know that going forward, they won't include specific characters that prohibit army building, like Captain Enoch or the Tusken Chieftain. But will there still be a way for those kinds of characters to make it into the line outside trooper packs that doesn't shut the door on those guys completely,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we make single carded figures
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to ask.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is just something where a couple of those packs got a little off track,
Okay.
and like we heard you guys, like we
Yeah.
were already self-correcting on some
Yeah.
of that stuff. So yeah,
Great.
we're with you.
When Tyler bought 30 packs of the Night Troopers and got 30 Captain Enochs and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do that. But so in terms of
Build up that mirror episode, like
Yeah,
Ray,
yeah.
like Ray looking into the
Yeah.
mirror. Yeah,
Captain
Captain
Enoch goes to
Enoch,
Octo, yeah.
Yeah,
In terms of repacks, everyone's favorite subject. Previously, TVC used to get a couple years ago full waves of repacks. Now they're kind of spread across the year with 1 or 2 in each wave, maybe. The Black Series has a few different avenues to get them out, all outside the main line. Like the A-list Vader and Mando to keep those on pegs, Archive to bring back popular characters outside the USA, and occasional special reruns in their original packaging. So what's your current thought process behind the method for TVC, and would any of those other Black Series methods potentially come to Vintage to keep repacks out of the main line, or what's the idea on that right
I
now?
mean, I think it's something that we can certainly think about and explore. Some of those repacks are important to get out. They're like true builders, or they're relevant in this time period, like whatever theme we're doing, or whatever things like that. So it's important for us to find ways to get them out. And I think that the way we've been doing it, I feel like because they're still in demanded, like it's
Yeah.
not like they're holding up peg space, which in the past was a concern
Right.
necessarily. So it's something, because we were trying to do things in fan channel, it's important for us to be focused when we're like doing things in fan channel / Amazon, that we bring out some of the more niche characters or things along those lines. So we'll keep things in mind if there are things that don't work.
Okay, cool. And then on the same topic, standards for Vintage Collection keep evolving, getting better than ever. So then some of those older figures can look outdated by comparison, even if they were great when they came out. Like swivel hip repacks, like Dr. Evazan, Arsene, Panababa, Dengar. Some fans are more than happy to buy them. Didn't get them the first time, cheaper than the secondary market. Some fans obviously lament they're not up to the modern standards. Do these lower articulation repacks help costs for the whole wave? Do they help cost out the whole wave so that more new tooling can be used elsewhere? Or is it just that these are the characters you want to get out to go with?
Well,
the
yes.
Okay.
I mean, we look at all of those factors.
Yeah.
But transparently, yes. Like those figures that we don't have to spend tooling money on,
Yeah.
makes tooling money available for other things.
Right.
So when it's a character that's complementary of other things going on, I mean, Dr. Evazan's a great example.
Right.
Does he need like crazy posable hips to do what
No.
Dr. Evazan does? No, not really. So like,
He's going to be in
it's-
Andor
it's one
season
of those
3
things-
breakdancing, I heard. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now that you've
But-
said that,
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the Tusken Raider riding a Bantha needs better hips.
For
So
sure.
like updating that to take advantage of that situation and prioritizing where those dollars go to support the line as a whole.
Okay. And then when you repack swivel hip figures, does it cost less than like the ball joint hip to repack a ball joint hip figure from a couple years ago or something?
It's
Or is
just
that kind of-
it's a mix of,
Okay.
of factors going into that stuff,
Okay.
and we want to update things as we can.
Okay.
but sometimes different tools are available at different times to do different things.
Okay.
That's another factor
Right.
that contributes. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, one more. Okay, I'll make it a great one.
Okay.
Thank you for your guys' time. Tyler wants me to ask this one, so I'm going to do it for him. The new Snow Trooper is fantastic. Hope you're working on a version with a removable face mask for the Mando and Grogu movie. Throwing that out there. But this could be a good time to get out General Veers, of course, based on the Piet officer sculpt. And even though we encourage people not to do, partial tools in March Madness, he still made the top 100. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
And then if the unarmored version of Veers with the rank badge could be used for Valen Hess from The Mandalorian to finish off that tank driver Mando and Miggs Mayfeld scene from season 2.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there, which would make Tyler very happy. Just got to throw that on your radar. So
How many more you got in there?
Yeah, just read the list off.
Yeah. Just we're going to look at the Imperial officers for like the badges and
rank
who can be
badges.
reused for the other guys. So
Yeah.
I'll send you a spreadsheet that somebody already did, so you don't have to.
Well, that's great. Emily probably already has
Yeah,
it in
I know,
her.
I'm sure.
She probably has it in her head. But yeah,
So-
I need it in a spreadsheet, but Emily
Yeah.
can think of it. Yeah.
All right, I think that's it for now. But thank you guys so much for your time.
Yeah, thank
and
you guys.
Looking forward to getting all this stuff. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.